Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today's reading is for October. Technically, this will be for 2023, but it is a timeless reading. So if you are coming back to this at October 2024 or 2025, that's totally fine too. Take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. We're going to be looking into love, money, and blessings that are coming to you in the month of October. And we're going to look at all of the different life areas as to how these blessings may be showing up. So we have 3 piles for you to choose from today. You can select from the piles that you see here in front of you, or you can select from the tarot card that we're going to pull together here. So for group 1, we have Temperance. For group 2, we have the Queen of Discs. And for group 3, we have the Queen of Cups. So go ahead and select the card or the pile that resonates with you and use the timestamps linked in the description box or pinned in the comments section below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings. If you feel called to more than one, use your intuition to guide you to the readings that feel relevant and take the messages that resonate. As usual, leave what doesn't. We'll see you in your readings. All right, hi group number 1. Welcome to your October monthly reading. So you guys chose Temperance, and so right away it feels like there's something that you are grounding and anchoring into this world in October. That's part of the blessings that we're going to be talking about. That's the message they're initially giving me. Now, Temperance is more about balance and moderation and trying things through trial and error to see how you can create more harmony in your life. But for whatever reason, they're telling me that you guys are going to be anchoring something, and it's possibly through balance or moderation that you're going to be doing this. So let's take a look and see what your cards have to say. Let's see, should I start from the bottom? Yeah, let's do that. So you have Cheetah. Get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. Now it's interesting because Temperance is a little bit more of a slower moving energy. It takes time and trial and error to be able to find out what's going to work best and then to apply that. But the Cheetah is talking about this opposite energy of moving really quickly. Sorry, there's always cat hairs on my table because Kitty likes to sit up here and look out the window. So the Cheetah, oh, that's feline energy too, isn't it? So feline energy is very like a stalking predator is what they're just showing me now. You know, when cats like crouch down and they wiggle their shoulders around and lift their butts in the air ready to pounce. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So there's something that you are like looking at in the month of October, something you have your eye on, group number 1, that maybe it's been an intention or a goal of yours for quite some time. And I think you're just like kind of pacing yourself in the moment and chomping at the bit a little bit is what they're showing me, like a racehorse who's still kind of being kept back, but it's like you're charging up your strength or you're getting ready to pounce. And October may be the month that you do that, but let's take a look and see the rest of your cards here. You have the 11th house, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. So the 11th house here can be talking about social connections, social media, how you relate to other people, how you lead or leadership qualities in groups, things like that. So I'm kind of seeing that there's a goal because they're showing me the mountain here, and mountains always make me think of like goals that you want to achieve, obstacles to overcome, great heights that you're trying to get to. And so it does feel like there's going to be something this month relating to your relationship circles, your social connections, your social groups, that you have a goal or an ambition toward, and you're looking to get to a higher elevation point. You're trying to up level in some way. And this could have been a goal that you've had for a really long time, because they keep bringing me back to, in the Temperance card, the islands in the background that they look far away and they're kind of off in the distance there. And it feels to me like this is something that you've had kind of in your mind for a while. And you've kind of just been trying to find a way to create balance and harmony in your life so that you could manifest this thing or this group of people. But they really want you to get clear on your intention. So if your intention is to meet a group of like-minded friends or maybe even allies or colleagues, or like a network of people where you can feel really connected and at home. They're saying you can actually do this quite quickly. You just kind of have to focus very clearly on what it is that's going to look like. And then through a little bit of trial and error, try to find the right mixture. Like you might have to go to different social events with different people to find the right fit. Now let's take a look at the tarot cards that are here. You have the King of Swords. So it could be to do with communication for sure. Finding a way to, they just told me the phrase break barriers. So breaking down barriers and connecting with people. This could be at the mental level, and they're bringing me back to the 11th house here, and the phrase like-minded keeps popping out at me it's being highlighted by Spirit. That's how they do that to get my attention. So looking for like-minded people who you can interchange ideas with and express your goals. Maybe there's going to be people who can help you to move towards your goals, and or who can help you to get ready and set intentions to focus on what you'd like to achieve. Maybe like-minded groups of people who are kind of wanting to achieve the same thing, and you can kind of pick each other's brains and get down to brass tacks in regard to how you can support each other or what you guys need to do. You also have the Hermit, and the Hermit is a very solitary, isolated card. So, this, again, opposite energies, like dualistic energies. Fast and slow, inward and outward, alone and together. These are the themes of October for you, group number 1. So you're probably going to see blessings in the realm of relationships. And I'm feeling intuitively that this is going to help you to achieve your financial goals. So yes, it could be friend groups, but it's kind of like the friends that you make or the friends that you're hanging out with kind of have similar goals or aspirations as you. And like they say, you become like the people that you hang out with the most. So if you're hanging out with like-minded people who you really get on with well, and you have similar idealizations or similar goals and aspirations, you're going to help to kind of spur each other on energetically. And that's where the blessing is going to come in financially. And I think that there could be love here as well, but I'm feeling it more as platonic love. So in the month of October, group number 1, I mean, we still haven't gotten through all your cards, but I'm just getting a sense intuitively that this month is not going to be so much focused on romance and those types of relationships. It's going to be more so about balancing your social connections, your goals, and your alone time, your independence, that kind of thing. You also have the Fly. So you could be a fly on the wall in the month of October. This could be one of the things that is kind of helping you to find this balance between alone time, separation, isolation, introspection, and going outward and connecting with groups of people. So you may be alone while at the same time surrounded by a group of people with similar aspirations or ideals. They did just give me a message here with the Fly that there may be a minor annoyance for you in the month of October, group number 1, that you're going to have to contend with. It's not something major because it's just like a little fly in the ointment, but it's not going to ruin the whole thing. It's just like there might be one person who really doesn't get on well with you, or one person who challenges you, or one person who's a little bit negative or pessimistic that you kind of have to work around. Or there could be a change of plans that, you have these ideas in mind about your schedule and how you're going to connect with these people. And there's something here that's bugging you. There's something here that's not going properly, or that's a little bit off balance. And I think that's where you're needing to really remain focused to anchor whatever this idea is, or these social connections, into your physical reality. Oh, good. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. And we were just talking about that kind of like little fly in the ointment as that personal issue. So group number one, it's going to be resolved this month, possibly around the full moon. I don't think there's a full moon in Cancer in the month of October, but I did just get the message about the full moon in general. So whatever that full moon happens to be. I believe October is eclipse season as well. So of course there's going to be some shakeups. There's going to be some unexpected things. Eclipses usually activate the nodes. So this is very destined type of things. People may come into our lives who were meant to meet, and people might fall away who were not meant to be connected with anymore. So I think that's why it's really important that you focus on your goals and the type of people that you want to surround yourself with by getting very clear about who you are and what you need. Group number one. That's going to help you resolve this issue and get this minor annoyance out of the way. And if it's not a person, then it's just kind of like a situation that has been hindering you or something that has been weighing you down. And it's going to help you by addressing it very clearly and with this goal-oriented or productivity mindset. It's going to help you to overcome any of those challenges and create balance so that what you desire comes to fruition. You have ocean, distance, and journey. So you may be going to the ocean or overseas in the month of October if you have a planned trip of that kind. Group number one, that could be something that is happening. If you haven't planned anything like that, this could just be indicating that you need to go to the ocean if you live close by to the ocean, to connect to the energy of it, to cleanse and to clear yourself in some way. Cancer energy here is also very ocean energy. So having some kind of connection to the ocean, whether it's physical or through symbolism, I think is going to be helpful this month. But it does feel like you may be journeying. Maybe it's a short distance, maybe it's a long distance journey to meet these friends, or maybe you're communicating with people overseas, possibly online, because the 11th house definitely rules social media and online connections. You also have peace and serenity with the dove. So very good indication that the month of October is going to be very peaceful. There's going to be a lot of serene moments that are built in. Some of them are going to be through really just kind of slowing down and connecting to yourself. Maybe meditating is going to be something that you are incorporating more of in the month of October. And that's really going to bless you, group number one, with some insights, is what Spirit just showed me. So if you can sit down and clear your mind and open up your intuition to receive these intuitive hits, you're going to have a very clear idea of what you need to do and how you're going to do it. You're also going to be connected with the people at soul level. So it's like soul group type of energy that are going to help you to overcome some challenges that you've been going through, to resolve some personal issues, and to create more balance in your life. So really, when it comes to love, it's definitely more focused on friendship in the month of October. Money is looking pretty decent. I don't think that there's any ups or downs. I think it's just going to remain steady because your focus is not so much on the immediate gratification or money. It's more so the long-term goal and the ambitions that you're wanting to achieve in, like, let's say, for example, a year or two. The major blessings that I'm seeing for you this month, group number one, are really the fact that you're going to feel more peaceful, more connected, and more balanced because you're going to be incorporating both alone time and socialization time. You're going to get clear on what you want, and you're going to start going after it because something that was obstructing you is removed or resolved. Now, I do want to get some charms, so I'm going to clear away the cards and we will look into all of the different areas of life with the charms. Right, so we've got this little DIY charm mat that I've created, and we're going to use some of these charms here to get some more information on what other blessings are coming to you in the month of October, group number one. So let me just kind of shuffle these up. Okay, so I'll zoom you guys in and I'll start separating these out as best I can. That one's very much right in the middle. This one's slightly more on this side. Yeah, okay. So let's start with work. Group number 1, you guys have 2 of these little cats here and a crown as well as a pearl heart with a black rose in it. So I'm feeling like you're going to feel a little bit isolated when it comes to work, or you're just going to be very focused on your goals. And I think that's where the hermit energy was coming in. But it's, again, the crown chakra is kind of similar to that mountain energy, where it's like you have this very high aspirational goal that you're working towards. It could be a leadership position, something like that, because we did see the 11th house, which can have to do with leadership of groups. And that's what the crown represents too. So I would say hold your focus is what I want to say, because the more you hold your focus, the more that you really step into this leadership position, the easier it's going to become. It's like you're just going to start flowing and you're not going to experience quite as much resistance. I do see the black rose here as a little bit of resistance, but it's like the resolution, the heart, the pearls makes me think of, there's going to be a resolution of some kind. So even though there's kind of something that's a little bit marring your ideal situation in work this month, there's going to be like a silver lining to it. So like that fly in the ointment, it might actually lead you in a very synchronistic way to a blessing through a group of people or through some kind of connection or some clarity that comes in that helps you to resolve the situation and do it in a way that allows you to step into your own inner sovereignty and authority. Now on the home front, you have this little blue starfish. So this feels to me like you guys are very much spending a lot of time at home this month. And even though you have a lot of social stuff coming up throughout October, there's going to be a little bit of a focus on staying close to home. So you might be traveling and going and meeting people and doing all of these different things, or maybe you're just doing that online and you're doing it from home. But really the attachment here, or the way to reground really and reconnect to yourself and to regenerate, is going to be through your connection to home, whatever that is for you. If it's a physical place, if it's a person, if it's just your heart, it's connecting back to home, because that's going to help you to find that stability and create that balance. Now, oh, that's interesting. They just took me up to self here, and I didn't even notice there's another starfish here up in the self category. So yeah, the home is in yourself, and connecting to that is what's going to create the stability. Now in family, you have a little blue star. You have this charm that's like the Cheshire Cat. We're all mad here. You have some balloons and an umbrella. Okay. So I feel like when it comes to family this month, group number 1, there's going to be something to celebrate. It could be a baby shower, because the balloons and the umbrella speak to me of, babies and showers, or celebrations and showers. It could be like a wedding shower or something too, but baby shower came up first. And we're all mad here. Could be that, the fly in the ointment might be that your family is a little bit dysfunctional or just like chaotic, and you need to just a little bit roll with the punches and not take things so seriously. Find the humor in the situation, let go of any need for control, and just embrace the connections if they feel good. And if they don't, then you can choose what boundaries are needed in that environment. The star here, the little blue star, I feel like you may even be recognized by family in the month of October for some kind of an achievement. If this is your shower, then again, the focus would be on you. But I'm seeing it almost like, there's some kind of an achievement that you're making, or even just the focus that you have maybe is being recognized by family. Maybe they see that in you and they admire that. But I'm also getting this message about elevation. The balloons and the star are both things that are kind of high up. So part of you really wants to be grounded this month and, stay sort of close to home. But then there's this other, again, completely opposite energy of expansion, elevation. And so there's these dualities that you're contending with this month, and how do you merge those together? How do you balance those? How do you harmonize? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Now in friends, you have like this cute little unicorn. You have this flower with the little colorful beads, and you have the bee. So friendship is going to be about community. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like a circle of friends gathered together. It's very unique. I feel like this is that 11th house energy where you're really connecting well with friends this month. And it's definitely a focus. You know, again, it's about balancing yourself, your home, your stability with your social connections, but I definitely see the opportunity for very unique social connections that feel like you are one of a kind, or that appreciate you for who you are, yet at the same time you really fit in there. So you're unique, but so is this group, and so it's a good match. It's kind of like a hive mentality almost, where you're all different, you're all separate, and you're all unique, but together you're working towards a common goal, and you can communicate well with that sort of unity mind. Does that make sense? So friend groups are going to be very beneficial for you in the month of October, group number 1. So I would keep your eyes open for social connection opportunities, new social groups coming into your life, or maybe you're seeking those out through travel or connection online. Now, social media, there's not really anything here, but we did have this one charm that has a moon and a star on it come up in between social media and the self. So I feel like there's something here about connecting to your intuition. So maybe it's not on social media that you're connecting, maybe it's in real life, because a lot of these energies are definitely more focused on the more physical, practical connections here. Like I said, you were anchoring something this month into the physical. So there could be opportunities to meet people in real life. If you have been a little bit more so on the social media front in the past, it's kind of like the opposite end of that spectrum, going out and actually meeting people and connecting in the 3D reality rather than on the 2D screen. And I'm also seeing here that social media, you might be taking a break from it if it's something that you do for work. That's a message that's coming through for somebody specific. But if that doesn't resonate with you, then it's just you're kind of taking a break or stepping back from scrolling on social media and just consuming the content. I feel like there's going to be more of a focus on the physical connections in your life in October, and meeting up with people, working towards your goals, networking, having these family connections, and making sure that you're still anchoring and grounding yourself regularly. Now, in the self category, we have that other starfish. So I think it's really going to be important for you this month, group number 1, to anchor yourself and find a point of stability. That's what they just said. So Spirit really wants you to focus this month on finding something that you can attach to in a healthy way. And that's going to give you almost like an anchor point so that you're not swept away by the tides of life. It's like finding the harmony and the balance through having an anchor point or being grounded. That's also going to help you to take that leap forward and move towards your goals and ambitions. Because again, they just showed me the cheetah getting itself ready to pounce and then running really quickly. So it's kind of like the pause before you jump into action and you start really racing forward and making progress. So find your anchor point, get yourself really nice and grounded, and then you'll be able to move more quickly. In romance, you have a clamshell here, lots of ocean themes, and we did see ocean in your oracle cards as well. So I feel like there's definitely something here to be said about the ocean, maybe taking a day trip to the ocean if you're close by to one, or a long distance trip if you're far from the ocean would be beneficial, especially if you're looking for romance. You could experience blessings of love when you are close to the ocean, or you're connecting to ocean energy. And again, you don't have to be physically near the ocean to do that. You can do it through adding sea salt to your baths. You can connect to the spirits of the ocean like Yamaya, Poseidon, things like that. You can burn ocean scented candles. Lots and lots of ways to connect to the ocean, and they don't have to be location based. But yeah, I do see a blessing here in regard to romance, where maybe in the past you were sort of clammed up or closed off, and there's a little bit of an opening happening here in romance, but I definitely still see that you're going to be focusing more so on yourself, your work, your family, and your friends. I don't think it's going to be a month where romance really kicks up and new relationships come in, or your relationship with your existing partner, if that's the case, really takes off. I think it's going to be a little bit of a slower month on that front, but there is potential here. The spiritual guidance, you've got a lot of spiritual guidance here. You have two more stars, so you have a lot of stars in your reading, group number 1, and these are 2 white stars. So you've got 2 starfishes, you've got a blue star and 2 white stars. So I feel like you're going to be the star this month, if that is something that you have achieved, or that's something that you've been working toward, or that's something that you aspire to. Again, being at the top of the mountain, wearing the crown, those kinds of things, it could indicate that you are like the star of your social group, or the star of your family, or the star of, just some kind of a network that you're connected to, like a soul family connection or something like that. You have 2 more cats here. And then you also have this inverted triangle with the red square. Okay. So pay attention to your senses this month, group number 1. The spiritual guidance is really to listen to your intuition and to anchor and ground yourself. The red square is making me think of the root chakra. The inverted triangle is making me think of the sacral chakra. So both of those are to do with senses and grounding, and that's what the cats are talking to me about too. So you really want to be able to ground into your body and connect to your feeling senses this month. It's going to help you to become the star, or to find your North Star, like your guiding star, especially since this is eclipse season, like I was mentioning earlier. The North Node, the South Node are activated. This big star could be the North Node representing, and this smaller one could be the South Node. So it's kind of like using your past life skills to be able to develop towards what you're aspiring to be in this lifetime at soul level. So I do see a lot of spiritual development happening when and if you can connect to your senses, ground into your body, and use your instincts and intuition to guide you forward. Finding that balance, taking action as you are intuitively guided, and making connections that are going to support you through the month of October and beyond. So that is what I see for you, group number 1. I hope that this reading helped you in the month of October, and that it serves you to give you a little bit of guidance on what this month might hold in store in terms of your blessings, your money, and love. But a lot really here to do with your networks, your work, your aspirations, and your goals. So lots of blessings coming in regard to your long-term achievements. So keep moving towards that goal. Stay focused, balanced. You will be successful. Sending you so much love in the month of October and beyond, group number 1. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Stick around for more readings to come. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I do still have readings available. They will be there for a limited period of time. They are energy dependent for me. So when I have the energy, I take on clients, and when I don't, I close my books. The link to book with me is in the description box below through my website. It's tarotandbeyond.com. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Queen of Discs and this particular pile. So right out the gate, I'm seeing October being very abundant for you. They're drawing my attention right away to the little white rabbit there in the corner of this card. So this is speaking to me of fertility and abundance, fertility and abundance. And especially since this is the Queen of Discs, which is pentacles or coins, this could indicate physical abundance through your finances. And this is going to be one of the things that we're talking about in the reading. They are drawing my attention to the pumpkins that I have set up here in the on the table. And pumpkins can represent, to me personally, abundance as well, because if you've ever seen them grow in the fields or you've been to the pumpkin patch in the month of October, they are so abundant. There's the hundreds or thousands of them, and they're big and hearty, and they can make so much. You can make soup, you can make pumpkin pie, you can make hors d'oeuvres, you can make really so much, and you can turn them into jack-o'-lanterns, all sorts of things. So I really feel this versatility, this abundance, and this fertility for you in the month of October, group number 2. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. You have the chameleon, okay? It says, stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. So this might be a good month for you I just saw you getting back to nature. That's what they showed me in my mind. And the chameleon reminds me of like blending into the environment or becoming one with the environment. So I don't always necessarily take the message directly from the card. It's really what spirit shows me and what I feel intuitively. And I'm seeing you connecting to nature. So you might want to get outside in the month of October, weather permitting, group number 2, because the more that you can really become one with your environment, the more abundance you are going to draw in. That is what spirit just said. The more abundance you will draw in. So it's not so much about staying in the background as it is about being grounded. And the more grounded you become, the more fertile your energy is. And anything that you plant in terms of thoughts, ideas, investments, energy being directed into certain projects or relationships, you're really going to see that manifest not only quickly, but very fruitfully. You also have square. This is a challenging aspect, and it says a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. We were talking about climbing mountains a little bit there in group number 1. If you felt called to that one, use your intuition to see if those messages are for you. But I'm seeing here the square could indicate a challenging aspect. They are drawing me to the 90-degree angle. And they said keep going, there'll be context in the other cards. Okay, so you've got the King of Wands. I love that you have the Queen and the King. I mean, they're not the same suit, but Queen and King energy is both very powerful, leadership-oriented, self-directed. I'm also seeing entrepreneurial. The King of Wands is very creative and is able to make something from nothing and direct his will very effectively. And then the Queen of Discs, she's very grounded, practical, nurturing. She's able to plant those seeds and to get them to grow so abundantly. So if you guys are entrepreneurs or you're thinking of starting an entrepreneurial business or project or something like that, they're saying that yes, there will be challenges. Maybe the challenge will be for you to kind of get out of your own way and let yourself come into the spotlight, or let yourself come into this independence to move towards this goal, to climb this mountain. It's like there are going to be challenges, things you need to learn, things you need to overcome, things like that. But overall, I see you very powerful in the month of October, and I think that you can achieve this. You can. You have the Hierophant. Wow. These are some seriously powerful energies, group number 2, like the Queen, the King, and then the Hierophant. These are all very leadership-centric energies. This is also about being grounded. The Hierophant is Taurus ruled. So I also see you pouring energy or teachings into the minds of others. So especially if you have been staying in the background, group number 2, and you are being called into the forefront or the foreground to be able to teach people or to share your knowledge or to create some kind of a product, they're definitely encouraging you. And by they, I mean spirit, your spirit guides, the universe, source, is encouraging you to kind of step out of your comfort zone a little bit and be willing to be seen. And I think that grounding is going to help you do that. Like the more you can connect to your body and to nature, the easier it's going to become for you to feel safe to step out of that comfort zone and open up and be visible. You have the Snake here. Okay, and the King Cobra is what they just said in my head, King Cobra. So again, we have this very regal energy, kings and queens, and the Hierophant is kind of like the Pope. So it's very much about being in positions of leadership and power and connection to the divine, because that's what regality really was. Leaders were seen as divinely chosen, and that's why they were put into these positions of governance. And so I'm seeing you maybe hesitantly or reluctantly stepping into a position of leadership or governance or authority in this way. This could just really be, if you're not leading other people or teaching other people directly, this could be group number 2, you stepping into your own sovereignty. So that could be one of the blessings that I'm seeing this month in October, is stepping into your own sovereignty so that you feel self-directed and that you can pursue what that internal compass is guiding you towards. And yes, there may be some challenges to overcome. There may be some things you need to learn, or I just heard people that you need to let go of. So if there are people who are not aligned to this new path that you are walking, or this new direction that you're being called in, there may be some things that you need to change in regard to people. So this is a very specific message coming through from the Snake and the Chameleon, talking about people who don't have your best interests at heart. And so you kind of need to gray rock yourself a little bit and stop drawing attention in that way. And then redirect that energy, once you're grounded and feeling safe, into something that really inspires you, lights you up, and allows you to help others. So for somebody out there, this is a very specific message. Like I was saying, there could be a narcissist that you're dealing with, and the gray rock method is basically not giving them anything to attach to, not responding to their attempts to incite a reaction out of you. This is really, it's more so about setting boundaries, but sometimes in the face of a narcissist which you really can't avoid, like let's say, for example, in the work environment or in a family situation, or maybe you're even in a relationship with someone like this and you're not in a position to get out yet. The advice here is to try to be as neutral as possible, so that you're not responding or reacting. You're not giving them anything that would, allow them to feed off of your energy. It's like being very non-responsive. It's almost like playing dead a little bit, you know what I mean? And then they're just like, this is boring, and they move on to something else. So that could be about blending into the background, but I'm also seeing you coming out of the background in other ways. So take it how it resonates and apply it how it fits. Okay, and then you have the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing there for the most part here in group number 2. Your October is looking like you're being called into a leadership position. New moon in Aries. New moons are about new beginnings, planting seeds, and obviously taking action in this case. This could be a creative project that you're wanting to launch, and they're saying, yes, October is the right time. You just kind of need to overcome some of these challenges as it relates to maybe another person or something else that's preventing you. Maybe it was in the past, there was things like this, and then you felt like you needed to remain behind the scenes to not draw attention. And now you're needing to heal that, even if it's not physically happening anymore, somatically in your body, so that you can feel safe to step out of that old comfort zone of hiding away. That's another message coming through. But it's time to take action and to learn to overcome these things, to empower yourself into your own sovereignty so that you can do what you want to do without any self-limitation or social limitation. And you have coins, luck, and money. See, I knew it, especially with the Queen of Discs here. I was feeling abundance for you in the month of October, group 2. So there's definitely going to be a potential for money here. The blessings that you're receiving this month are going to be opportunities to expand your resources, is what Spirit just said. So opportunities to expand your resources are going to be presented to you. And we're going to get more information on that when we get into the charms. But I'm really seeing it here regarding or connected to an entrepreneurial pursuit. So this could be a project or a business or a collaboration or something like that you have an idea around, or it's a creative expression for you, a side hustle, maybe it's a full-blown business that you already have. Or if this is simply related to work, it could be something that you've been working on, a project at work that is finally going to pay off, or it's coming to its culmination point. It's like harvest season for you. Now, even though they did give us this new moon energy of planting seeds, I feel like the seeds you're planting are going to be from the harvest. So for example, you get a harvest of all of these pumpkins, and then you make a whole bunch of things with them, and you use some of the seeds to plant for next season. It's kind of like you get a payoff from this project that you've been working on for quite some time, and then you can reinvest, right? You take some of that money, you put it in savings, or you invest it in the future. That's what I'm seeing here. So there's going to be more than enough this month, group number 2, and Spirit wants you to really invest that wisely. So enjoy it, but make sure that you are, they just keep showing me somebody re-upping or reinvesting or planting seeds again. So make sure that you are ensuring that this money isn't squandered. They really want you to use it wisely. They keep saying that. Yeah, so use it wisely. All right. And then you have teeth, control and change. And what's really standing out to me from this card is the fact that it's a golden tooth. And back in the day, like this reminds me of like prospectors and stuff who strike it rich. And the way that they would keep their gold safe was not putting it in a bank or carrying it around in a bag on their hip. It was really, they would make it into a tooth and put it in their mouth, so that, the only way to get that money from them was to quite literally rip it out of their head, which is so, like bizarre to think about, but that's kind of what they did, or at least I think that was the case. And so I'm seeing here that, again, you're really going to hang on to it. So you're going to have some of this money put into savings. You're going to invest it wisely. You're going to turn it into something that you can have with you long term. And I'm seeing a savings account for sure. So you're putting some into savings, you're investing some, and then you're re-upping or reinvesting into the business or whatever it is that you're doing. Now, control and change is an interesting dynamic because the Hierophant can be about control as well. It's like structures, hierarchies, systems of governance, like I was talking about before, governance, that in a positive way, when used effectively, can help to control and limit chaos, right? It's like structures that help us to function well in a society, or, even just in a household or in a business. On the other side of that, though, the dysfunctional side of that can show up as tyrannical control or dysfunctional systems of governance or things that don't work. So you really want to prioritize balance, is what they're showing me. Changing structures could be important this month, like changing up your routine or changing up a hierarchy. Maybe there's some hiring and firing that's happening. Maybe you are choosing to change the systems of control that you have lived within, whether this is within yourself, spiritually, through your own autonomy and boundaries, or through the way that you interact with the world around you and the systems and structure that exist there. I feel like you're going to be creating your own way. Group number 2, like you are going to face some challenges, and you're going to realize that the old systems of control don't work for you and they don't support you in your growth. So you're going to kind of forge your own path. Yep, kitties for confirmation, kitties meowing in the background. So you're going to forge your own path. You're going to be a pioneer is the word that I'm hearing. You're pioneering. And again, that's why I'm getting that entrepreneurial energy, because that's what entrepreneurs do. They are pioneers in industry. They do things their own way, the way that serves them best. And it's definitely a time this month to take action. Okay, now we're going to move into the charms, group number 2. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to clear your cards away, and we'll get out the charm mat and see what those have to say as well. All right, group number 2, let's take a look at your charms. I'm going to get a nice handful here, and we'll see what's going on. They wanted me to put those back in, so I will. in the month of October. Okay, I'll zoom you guys in and I'll separate out your charms. That one's very much in the middle. Actually, no, they want that one in there. Okay. So for the most part, I think we've got lots of friends here. So that actually could be a good indication this month that you're going to have a lot of support from friends. But we'll go group by group here. So let's start with work. So you have this like feathery type of moon. You have a black star, a lotus flower, a key, little planet Saturn here. And in between work and home, you have the little green moon, but they're telling me to put it in work. Okay, so that's all in work then. So 2 moons, stars, and Saturn. It feels like, this is a message for somebody. If you've been wanting to start a project regarding astrology, that could be something significant. And there's a little orange tabby cat that just ran past my window outside. So I don't know what that message is for somebody, but that could be relevant. Like maybe you have an orange tabby cat and you've wanted to start an astrology channel. If that's for you, then take it. If it's not, then leave it. But I'm seeing that you have the key here. You have the keys to knowledge is what Spirit just said. So you're going to be able to unlock some kind of spiritual work for yourself is what I'm seeing. If that's a side project that you've been wanting to implement, or if that's what you do for work and you've been wanting to launch something even more in depth in regard to astrology, or maybe it's just aligned with your own astrology, but it's very spiritually based. That's what I'm seeing here. And the kitty just meowed as well. There's a lot of cat feline energy in your reading group number 2, and that came up in group number 1, but in the cards rather than through these actual live cats in the environment. Very interesting. So anyway, I also see Saturn here as responsibility. So in the work front this month in October, you're going to be taking on some additional responsibility. That's the Queen and King and Hierophant energy, right? It's like that sovereignty, stepping into leadership positions and being a pioneer or an entrepreneur. It really does require a lot of responsibility. And it will also require you to do a lot of introspection. And that's where I think the spiritual side of this really comes in. So the more that you can really focus on your emotional needs and how you can help to meet the emotional needs of others as well, I think that this is going to be something to do with the key to your success. It's like, how can you help people to step into their power, heal, spiritually evolve, find their purpose? Any of those things, if those are things that you've been thinking about or that you've been working on or that you've been wanting to create, they're saying go for it, because this month you're going to see some progress. In the home front, we don't have anything, and that doesn't mean that there's no blessings or money or anything like that in the home front. It just means that it's not the main focus this month. So October, you might actually not be spending a lot of time at home. Maybe you're going out a lot, or you're focusing on work a lot, or you're just doing other things. And some of those things could be family related, because you do have, you've got the best half of the best friend rainbow. We've got a little cross, a leaf, a silver leaf, and a little happy cloud. So in the family front, in the month of October, I'm seeing you like bridging the gap or making connections. You could even be doing something that feels very spiritual or religious to you. Turning over a new leaf is what they just told me. And there's a challenge here because they're bringing me back to the card that we had, like the square. But that challenge is going to have a silver lining. And it's going to help you to make the best of the situation. So if you can remain optimistic when it comes to family, maybe your family is turning over a new leaf, becoming religious, or there's something challenging happening and you're needing to kind of turn to a higher power in some way. You could be teaching your family something if that's the case as well. But I see that you're going to be making the best of a bad situation and you're going to come out of it with a positive outlook. In the friends category, we have a lot going on. We've got a pearl heart with a white rose. We've got a little turtle charm with a bunch of different colors on its back. You have a little kitty cat here, so more cats. We have a sort of broken heart and it's half filled in. We've got a butterfly, so transformation for sure. There's that white rabbit again, interesting. And a unicorn. Okay. So in the friends category, I feel like you're going to be slowly healing and recovering from some kind of a loss that happened in the past. Maybe you had to separate from some friends or groups of friends that couldn't come with you on the spiritual journey that you're on, because I'm seeing the white rabbit here. Before with the Queen of Discs, it was talking about fertility and abundance, but the white rabbit can also speak of kind of like going down the rabbit hole and getting outside of the conventional status quo. It's a sign in Alice in Wonderland. It's also seen or referenced in The Matrix. So it's following the white rabbit to challenge the reality that you have adhered to. I'm seeing a lot of spirituality throughout your reading, group number 2. And yeah, of course, you are here in a tarot reading, but I really feel like spirituality is going to be a major highlight for you in the month of October. Finding your faith, connecting to others through faith, through religion, through spirituality, through your beliefs, through possibly astrology as well, maybe even doing some kind of occult study or practices. I think that could be important for you this month. You may also be a healer. I'm seeing that you may be connecting with friends and helping them to transform or evolve, but you've been doing it slowly. You don't want to push anyone, anything like that. It's kind of like come at your own consent, you know? You're not going to force anyone. You're not going to indoctrinate them with your beliefs. You're just going to let them come to you if they're curious and then support them in their healing and transformation. I do see that you have a very healing, high vibrational energy, and you are very, very much someone who nurtures and fosters growth for other people, whether it's at the mental level, the physical level, or the spiritual level, or all of the above. So get into the flow with your friends this month, group number 2, and you're going to see a lot of transformation, healing, and good things. Now in social media, we have another little cat, another little unicorn, and another green moon. So some repeating symbols here. In the social media front, this really feels to me like you're going to be I just got the word expanding, and I didn't see that in any of the charms, but that's just literally what Spirit said in my ear. So you're going to be expanding your social media. Maybe this is an area that you are expressing your spiritual views, or you're providing some kind of spiritual information or knowledge. So social media could be a tool for you this month, and it's helping you to expand and evolve. In the self category, you have this little pearl, and I can't, for some reason, I couldn't pick it up, but yeah, the pearl of wisdom. This feels like a golden opportunity, and it's very much connected to your value, group number 2. So there's something that you're going to be realizing about yourself this month that really solidifies the value that you see in yourself. And I think that's why you're going to be setting boundaries with potential negative connections, and or you're going to be recovering from those if they were happening in the past, so that you can evolve and move to the next level. I really see you spiritually evolving and religiously evolving as well, if religion is part of your spiritual practice. This is a non-denominational channel, so all are welcome here. All religions, all people from all walks of life. This is for all of us because we're all souls, and all paths lead back to source. So I really see you rediscovering something. Maybe it's from a past life that you really resonate with, an old an old teaching. Maybe it's a lifetime that you lived as a priest or in some kind of a brotherhood, or you were very adept in your study of some other religion. I see you reconnecting with this pearl of wisdom from within yourself. And it's helping you to open up and expand yourself, expanding your mind, expanding your repertoire in this lifetime, and creating new structures or changing the structures within your life, turning over a new leaf, so that you can really transform, evolve, expand, heal. That's really what I'm seeing. Those are the blessings, major blessings for you this month. And this value that you are really uncovering within yourself is what I think is going to bring in all this abundance, the coins, the investment in what you're creating, and stepping into your power and sovereignty. Now, in regard to love, we have, let's see what this is. Oh, wow. I love you with the infinity symbol. How beautiful is that? You also have the Om symbol, so that's to do with spirituality as well. And you have another cross. So you see, I feel like there's a lot to do with religion here, spirituality, spiritual expansion and evolution. And you also have, oh my gosh, it's like the Cinderella pumpkin carriage. That's so funny because I was thinking about that when I was looking at the pumpkins earlier, but I forgot to say it. It's like you can turn it into a pie and a this and a that and a carriage to take you to the ball. So group number 2, I feel like romance for you is actually going to be a very profound, fated spiritual experience. I think you're going to be connecting with someone who you knew in a past life, and you're going to be connecting through your faith is what they're showing me. So maybe you're going to church for the first time in a long time and you meet somebody there, or maybe you are connecting with someone who you used to know, who you kind of moved away from, and now all of a sudden you're reconnecting over shared beliefs. Maybe they went through a spiritual awakening recently, and you're really connecting through these spiritual topics. Maybe they're into astrology, maybe they're into tarot, it could be religious, whatever it is. I feel like there's unconditional love between you two, and you are very much connecting through that, and you're meant to meet, you're meant to connect, you're meant to come together in this way. Like the pumpkin carriage is meant to carry you to this person. This could even be travel or going to a party or something like that, because that's what I think of when I think of Cinderella. So lots of abundance in all areas of life. Even though we have nothing in spiritual guidance, I feel like they don't need to say anything here because they're saying it to you in this entire reading. And you're getting a lot of insight into your spiritual development through the areas that you're taking on more responsibility, through the areas you're getting curious about, and you're allowing yourself to really dive into the esoteric this month and go deeper into what brings you value there from past, present, and future. So group number 2, I really see so many blessings for you. Lots of love, romance, very fated, very divine connections. I see a lot of money. So we saw lots of coins, abundance, growth, expansion, leadership, and entrepreneurial pursuits that are going to prove very, very fruitful for you, either in the month of October or going into the winter season. So that is what I see for you, group number 2. Many, many blessings in many areas, but a lot of it being spiritually aligned. Okay, I hope that you guys have a wonderful October. Thank you so much for being here in the reading, for sharing your energy and contributing to the channel. And if you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, I am still accepting clients for a brief period of time. It's very energy dependent. Only take as many clients on as I can handle energetically, and then I close my books. But if you do want to work with me, I have the link to book in the description box below to my website, it's ToKittyandBeyond.com. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I love and appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your October monthly reading. So you guys have the Queen of Cups here as your significator card. And it feels to me like the month of October is going to kind of require you to be a little bit more free-flowing. I just get this sense that there's going to be things that are a little bit all over the place this month. And it's important for you to go with the flow. So instead of resisting and staying stuck in one place like a stick in the mud, it's like the more that you can just allow yourself to surrender and trust and let go, the easier things are going to move around and through you, and you're going to see progress rather than resistance. Okay, let's take a look at your cards. You have Tiger. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you are capable of doing so. There's been messages about leadership in every single one of the readings. This is so crazy. That never happens. So you guys are really being called, all of the groups that are really drawn to my channel here are being called to step into leadership positions. I think that's a very sort of soul level collective thing for those of us who are drawn to this channel, because that's the energetic resonance or frequency that we're all operating at. And we've all been drawn together for a reason. Big cat energy and general feline energy has been coming up in all the readings as well. So that seems to be a theme for the month of October for, again, all of the souls that are drawn to these particular readings. Now, let's keep going. You've got the sextile energy here, which is a combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. Okay, so this is an astrological aspect, and the sextile showing here that you, by flowing, again, I'm seeing like reducing tension and resistance by allowing things to flow, you're going to see a lot of potential and reward from a situation that maybe was stuck or stagnant, because I was getting that energy before with the Queen of Cups. It's like there was something that was stuck and stagnant, and it's through flow, surrender, trust, release that you're able to actually see some progress here instead. And I think that's how you gain confidence to step into a leadership position. I also just got the word water tiger. Is that like a Chinese astrology thing? Like the year of the something tiger, like a water tiger? So I would look up water tiger if you were born in that year, or if there's a year of that that's coming up, that could be significant, but I'm not sure. We also have the Ace of Swords. So you're going to be like breaking through some barriers, things that were keeping you stuck. I really see some freedom and breakthroughs for you, group number 3, in the month of October. Like you're going to be cutting the cords of attachment to things that kept you stuck. And again, you're going to be free flowing. And your mind is going to be more open. You're going to be able to cut through the bullshit, is what they just said. You're going to be able to cut through the BS and really find solutions to problems. And I think that's why you're going to be a good leader, is because it's through trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting what you're receiving mentally, intuitively, psychically, that's going to help you to ease any tension and allow this flow to take you into the solutions that will be ultimately these rewarding situations. And you have the Lovers. So one of the blessings this month could be connections to people who are divinely, romantically meant to be in your life. The Queen of Cups is very romantic, heartfelt, emotional, intuitive, and psychic energy. And I'm really seeing that here. So there could be a very divinely guided soul level connection that is coming to the forefront in the month of October. If this is somebody that you're meeting for the first time, I feel like you're really going to be very clear with your communication, and you're going to kind of guide, a little bit like guide the conversation. Ooh, I just got a big pitch change in my ears. Yeah, you're going to be receiving intuitive guidance about this person. It's going to help you to make a decision about what you want to do going forward with them. And if this is somebody that you're already in a relationship with, I feel like the bond is going to be changing in some way, deepening perhaps. There could be some tension to overcome through new ways of communicating. So conscious communication being highlighted, seeking to understand and then be understood, those types of things where you're able to hold empathy, compassion, and space for the other person so that any tension or resistance is, they just gave me the word ameliorated. But I was going to say like dissipates, and then you're able to connect in a healthier way. You have giraffe, more psychic energy. The giraffe always makes me think of a higher perspective and psychic awareness. So being able to see that sort of bird's eye view, or in this case, giraffe's eye view of the situation. And it's very cool to me that you guys have all of these sort of psychic energies that are coming up. So I think you're going to be really stepping into this leadership position through psychic awareness, intuitive guidance, and answering questions I'm also seeing as well. So you might be providing insight for other people. Yeah, I just get this message that you are a lover, not a fighter, group number 3, and you're here to hold space for others. You're here to provide answers. You're here to provide guidance. You could be a professional psychic medium, somebody who helps to guide others, or this could be in your relationship where in love, you are providing insight and guidance for your significant other, or in this new relationship that's coming in. It's kind of like you're acting as the guide, but without taking the power from the other person. Like it's a very mutual, it's very reciprocal, very supportive type of dynamic. And it's definitely coming through in an intuitive and psychically aligned way. You have a time for healing with the balsamic moon, group number 3. So this month in October, one of the blessings that you're going to be experiencing is healing. And they just showed me healing on all fronts. So it's not just going to be physical healing. It's going to be psychological, spiritual, mental, emotional, financial as well. They just showed me. Yeah. Relationship healing, definitely coming through. Mental healing, healing within your career, creating more opportunities for yourself. The Queen of Cups is definitely a healer. And since we have so much psychic energy here, you might be doing some psychic healing this month, group number 3. Maybe you're reaching out to a psychic healer or a medium or an energy practitioner, and you're receiving something like that gives you the insight to heal a relationship, to release tension, to step into a leadership position, or any number of other things. But I really see the focus in October for you is to emotionally dive deep into these psychic realms and to create healing for yourself. Oh, wow. Yeah, you have love, new love with the heart. So you've got the lovers and the heart. So definitely an emphasis for you, group number 3, on relationships and love, specifically romance. So the healing that you're doing this month, it may bring this person into your life in the month of October. I do see a potential here. If you have not met this person yet, they're saying the more that you can do this psychic healing and trust and follow your intuition, being the leader in your own life through your free will, but receiving the intuitive guidance from your body, from spirit, from the divine, you're going to be led down this healing path that is going to help connect you to somebody who is a new energetic match to you, somebody who is a better and more aligned partner or connection of some kind. That's what I'm seeing here. And if you're already with someone, then there's going to be some spiritual healing happening between you two. Whether you're the one doing the spiritual healing and you're helping to guide your partner, or both are going through this spiritual expansion, awakening, psychic development, and emotional healing. Either way, it's going to be a positive thing in the long run. But again, there may be a little bit of challenge in that because healing does require us to kind of step out of our comfort zone a little bit. And then lastly, we have the mountain. Okay, mountains have come up in every single one of these readings as well. So Again, this is a very much collective theme for the month of October, overcoming challenges and moving towards these achievements, these goals, these aspirations. That's really what I'm seeing here from the mountain. It is getting to new heights, new spiritual heights, new perspectives, new vantage points, new levels of understanding. I'm also seeing new leadership roles, right? Getting to the peak or the pinnacle of these aspirations that you have, these goals, these levels of achievement, maybe even leveling up in a relationship. So the mountain in terms of relationship could mean that you need to do or overcome some things to be able to achieve the higher level of connection. So let's say, for example, you're single and you need to do some healing so that you can choose partners in your dating life that are more likely to suit you in the long term, and then you can achieve that higher level connection of a long-term relationship or marriage. The other example of this would be in the work front, where you're wanting to expand your potential. And whatever that happens to look like for you, it's being independent while at the same time honoring the fact that you are definitely a compassionate, empathetic, and social person in that regard. Whether or not you're an introvert or an extrovert doesn't matter. What I mean by social is that you care about other people. And so love is definitely a focus for you. And in regards to career, I think that you may be doing something that you really love, or you may be inspired into doing something in a new way that you really love. Or a relationship could be an achievement that helps to expand your concepts of what you want in this life in terms of career or in terms of your healing. So somehow relationships are kind of like a catalyst this month for you, group number 3, in regard to overall mental, emotional, and psychic healing. They keep bringing me back to the sextile and the mountain here. So yeah, there's going to be some things that are going to be challenging this month. Maybe conversations that are uncomfortable to have, or psychic or intuitive information that really forces you to look at some of these things that you do need to heal. There could be a little bit of shadow work that you're being called to do in regard to love and romance and the heart. But like I'm saying here, the blessing, group number 3, is really that you are going to feel a lot more independent, and you're going to be able to trust yourself and the divine and other people more this month if you can just surrender to what's coming up, honor those emotional waves as they come in, and keep pushing towards your goal, right? It's like relaxing, surrendering, and getting into the flow, and at the same time using your own will and effort to direct yourself. So it's kind of like instead of fighting against the current or trying to remain, stuck in the mud while this wash of energy or water flows in the opposite direction, it's like getting into the current, getting into this rushing river, going with the flow, and then using your arms and legs to swim into the directions that you're wanting to go. That's what it's kind of showing me here in regard to challenges and achievements. And the more that you can flow while directing yourself autonomously and intuitively, the more you're going to be able to achieve, and the further you'll be able to go in love and in any goals that you want to achieve, right? It doesn't have to be career, it doesn't have to be love. It can be any goals that you're wanting to achieve in life. They're on the table for you, and all that's being required is that you do some healing and let yourself flow, using the autonomy and the intuition to guide you. Okay, now I'm going to move your cards out of the way here, and we're going to get charms. We're going to look at all of the different life areas and see what else is coming up for you in the month of October, group number 3. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm just going to give these a nice shuffle. Okay, for October. Okay, we've got lots to go on here, so I'm going to zoom you guys in, and we'll separate these out as best we can. Wow, lots in friends, sort of similar to group number 2. All right, So that's interesting that you got no charms in the romance section, but the cards in your reading were really talking about love and romance and the lovers and the heart and things like that. So Spirit's telling me that they're like, we already covered that, so we don't need to go more into that. But a lot of these other areas are interrelated with romance, so they want me to read it from that perspective. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's actually start with spiritual guidance. Usually I start with work and then go around, but I'm just feeling drawn to spiritual guidance, so I want to see what's coming up here. Okay, you have a playful kitty cat and another one as well. One of them, actually both of them look like spring. You have a heart, a music note, and a teddy bear. Okay. There. So the spiritual guidance for you, group number 3 in the month of October, again, it feels like listening to your inner truth or your inner heart. Some of the healing could be around childhood attachment wounds and like when you were young, because they're showing me these 2 cats, and the spring energy makes me think of youth and new life and growth. So it's kind of like this kitten energy, young energy. And the song makes me think of the song of your heart, which is like your authentic voice, your authentic expression, and what you always wanted for yourself at soul level, especially when you were a child. So reconnecting to your inner child could be something that really helps you heal in the month of October, group number 3. And it can help you to strengthen your relationships as well, because the more that you heal your relationship to yourself, the better your relationships with other people are going to be. Now, on the work front, you have a butterfly, a unicorn, and what does this say? And I do not know what that says. And every layer from fair come lines declines. I don't know if you guys can read that, but I can't read that. So on the work front, I feel like getting very clear with your communication is going to be important, because we did have the Ace of Swords with all of those knots in the background. And now there's this little thing that I can't even like read the writing. So I feel like communication and clarity of communication is going to be really important. That's what's going to help to transform a situation and bless it, is what they just showed me. So if you can be very clear with your communication and do so intuitively and from the heart, there's going to be a lot of progress and growth that I'm seeing, and also freedom. This is very much, again, about going with the flow, and this could also indicate being socially sort of free in a sense, because we do have another butterfly. I think, yeah, there's another butterfly here in the home front, and then you've got another one in self that I can see. Oh, and there's another one in social media too. Wow, you have a lot of butterflies in your reading. So butterflies could be a significant message for you. They could be one of your spirit animals or something along those lines. But I'm also seeing that butterflies, to me, it's kind of like they're very flowing. They flutter around. They don't really have like a specific course of action. They're just kind of like all over the place. And I think that that's why you're being called to surrender and just trust the natural flow of events in the month of October, because you're meant to be guided intuitively to all of these different places, spaces, people, connections. I feel like you're going to be very social in the month of October, and you're going to be called to do a lot of healing so that those social connections, whether they're love or friendship or otherwise, are healthier, and you feel understood, the other person feels understood, and there's connection there. Yeah, so on the home front, I do see that you're going to be happy being a little bit less structured. That's where that flow comes in. It is going to challenge you to release any of that resistance, but just let yourself go with the flow, and you'll see things actually unfold in a very pleasant way. Now, on the family front, you have this little green cat with stars. You have some honeycomb and also a little flower. So family, I'm feeling like solar energy from this. The stars make me think of the sun. honeycomb makes me think of the sun, and this flower reminds me of the sun. So that's really what I'm getting here. So family could be something to do with solar energy, and the solar or the sun is related to the self in astrology. It's also a masculine energy that is related to the father. So there could be something to do with the father this month. But, yeah, I'm getting this message of like structure versus freedom, expansion, and intuition. It's kind of like the balance between masculine and feminine. I think that's why the sun is like that solar masculine energy. And then we have the moon being the opposite, which is like the feminine receptive energy. It goes with the flow, whereas the masculine energy wants to compartmentalize. And we all have both energies or polarities within us. So I'm seeing kind of in the family front, you may need to be a little bit more structured and find a way to express yourself and your authentic voice again coming through in a way that feels empowered and aligned and productive. And then, but in the work front and the home front and possibly in your other social connections, you're just being called to be a little bit more free. So it's really only with family that there's a little bit of more structure. But I still even feel, even with the family, that there's going to be free-flowing energy there as well, because now they're showing me honey dripping down. So there's going to be sweetness. There's going to be sunshine, maybe playful moments with your family, and just embracing the flow that structure has created, if that makes sense. It's kind of like sometimes when you have a little bit of structure, just enough to be able to let you be free and to flow through your day, you can kind of, like a child having a little bit of boundaries, but not too much so that they're being restricted or controlled, but just enough to keep them safe so that things are safe, playful, fun, and sweet, and then they can really just explore their imagination. In the friends category, we have more kitty cats and butterflies too. There's a butterfly in this one too. We have shell in a jar. A rainbow. I think this is another unicorn. Yep, unicorn. You've got some angel wings, it looks like. Yep. Ooh, the purple bunny. I'm always interested when this one comes out. The purple bunny always feels to me like something very unexpected, and it's like a surprise. So it could be something in the friend group that happens that's very surprising. This month you have a starfish and a shooting star. Okay, so I feel like you're going to have good luck and you're going to be very blessed when it comes to your friendship connections in the month of October, group number 3. So there's going to be some unexpected surprises, moments of clarity, I just heard, where these healthy attachments are really uniting you with expansion. And I feel like you're going to be connecting with some earth angels. Maybe one of your friends, or maybe even all of your friends, are earth angels in some way, because you definitely are group number 3, with that Queen of Cups, very nurturing psychic energy. I feel like you're very compassionate and you're here to serve the collective. That's what earth angels do, right? You're here to be of service through love. And if that is what the love is about and not necessarily romance, then I do see a big sort of spiritual basis to that. And again, the more that you can go with the flow and just let things unfold very intuitively, the easier that these blessings are going to come in. And I think that if you are looking to connect in social groups or to your friends in this way, it's looking very good. October is going to be a month where that can happen. The seashell makes me think of something hidden. I don't know why I'm getting that message, but there's something hidden. And since that bunny is talking about something unexpected, I think it's going to be a positive something that's hidden and then gets revealed. Yeah, but it's very divinely guided is what they keep showing me. It's very divinely guided. So Spirit really wants you to know that in the month of October, Group 3, your friend circle or an unexpected friend or something is happening that was hidden. It's going to come out into your awareness or into your life, and you're really going to enjoy it. Really going to enjoy it. Again, I see healing here too, and we did have the healing card, so there's going to be healing through friendship as well. And social media, we have this little confetti ball with the pink stars in it. You have a moon and star as well, and another butterfly. So again, so many butterflies in your charms here. Lots of transformation, change, and evolution. That's what butterflies really mean to me, but also this fluttery energy of just going with the flow and allowing your intuition to take you where you need to go. That's what I see with the moon here as well. And these confetti stars, I feel like your intuition is going to guide you into social connections with people that are, I just got the word celebratory. That's not what I was going to say, but that's what I heard in my head. So there's going to be something to celebrate in the month of October. Your intuition is going to guide you to social situations, possibly through social media, again, where there's some kind of an unexpected blessing or something hidden that comes out, but in the best possible way. And it's definitely a blessing. Definitely a blessing. For some of you, it may be a blessing in disguise. But again, they want you to just trust and open up and surrender to the natural flow. Trust your intuition. Even if there are some challenges that need to be faced, it's going to be for the best, is what they just said. Okay. And then in the self, we have another butterfly. We have this little clamshell, a black star, and oh, that's another butterfly. It's kind of like a wonky butterfly, but yeah, another butterfly. So, oh my God, I can't believe the level of transformation in your reading, group number 3, just across the board, so many butterflies. This can also be spiritual guidance coming in too, like spirit guides or passed on loved ones will sometimes show up as butterflies. So pay attention to if you're actually seeing butterflies in your reality, maybe through social media, you're seeing like pictures of butterflies, or you're pulling cards that have butterflies on them, or you're seeing butterflies out, flitting from flower to flower. I'm just really seeing that yourself is transforming. And as you transform yourself, you are unlocking some serious solar power within you. Again, with the stars here, and they're telling me it's like solar power. So this could be solar plexus, your gut, your intuition, your instinct, your psychic abilities. Really, that's what I'm seeing here. It's like you're transforming highly in regard to your psychic ability to see clairvoyantly and also to heal emotionally and physically. So connect to your intuition. Let it guide you through the month of October. The folklore around Halloween and the autumnal season is very much about the thinning of the veil. Now, I'm not really much of a proponent in that. Being a professional medium, I don't really see a difference around Halloween. I don't think that it's any thinner than it is any other time. I think it's just, if you're becoming more aware of it or more conscious of it, then it will seem like it's thinner because you're paying attention, and where energy goes, or where focus goes, energy flows. Yeah. So I'm seeing you really focusing on your spiritual and psychic development this month, group number 3, and that's going to lead to a lot of unexpected things but positive unexpected things in the work front, in your friendships, your social connections, and possibly even romance. But I'm really feeling it, that the blessing here is going to be in you healing your heart, and in turn connecting to your intuition and surrendering to the divine in your life, and really seeing synchronicities and deeper coincidental meanings coming through very profoundly for you. So keep your mind and your eyes open to all of the synchronicities and blessings that are going to show up for you this month, group number 3. That is what I see for you in October. I hope that this reading helped you and that it supported you or supports you through the month of October and beyond. Thank you for being here on the channel. And if you're looking for personal reading with me, I am accepting readings. Check my website to see if the services are available. If they are still there, you can book a reading with me. I do intuitive tarot readings. And we do them live on Zoom, or you can also request a remote recorded option. And I also do soul scans and energy healing. So if you guys are interested in more of like an intuitive psychic reading, spiritual counseling, energy healing, that kind of thing, that option is there as well. You can find my services and other products on my website at itstarotandbeyond.com. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.